What's going on, everybody? It's Taylor Redheart here, and today I've got a deck profile of Satellarknights. They're an interesting deck to say the least. They can pull off some crazy combos. They can do some really interesting stuff. But I've always kind of been a big fan of them. I've on and off as well. They're not the best. They're not the worst. I think they're fun personally. It's one of my favorite decks to play. In all honesty, um, it's. The ban list kind of hit them hard with the Rhoda at 1, but at the same time, you don't need it because this is your searcher for this, because this is your Rhoda. Rhoda is this. So, alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, for starters, you run triple Deneb, because again, back to what I was saying earlier, this is your Rhoda. Sorry about the glare, I'm trying to fix that. It's a little bit better. Alright, this is your Rhoda. Summon, search, get whatever you want, which is nice. Next, triple Altair. Altair is your extra Call of the Haunted. Your base combo, you're going to do summon Altair, grab the net from grave, get a search. He's useful, to say the least. Next thing, triple Unk, or Ukulele, or whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter, but prefer the name Unk. This normal summon, special summon, doesn't matter. All of these are normal or special, doesn't matter. But his effect, when he's summoned, you send something, you send a Satellarknight from deck to grave. So, normally, I'd say you're going to send your Deneb. Well, honestly, it just depends on where you're at. If you're in a pinch, you can send you just send what you need. That's the point. 2 Vega. Vega summons from hand. You don't need Vega at 3. It's not, It's not my favorite. I don't really like him too much. Honest to God, I actually kind of hate him, but I think he's needed it too. Next one, this is kind of a personal preference thing, but 1, Also Ham. Also Ham is fun because, well, burning 1,000 every turn can be so painful and so salty. Winning with him is funny. I think it's great. I love to win with this card. Now, for the last 2 monsters, this is kind of just because I'm scum. I guess you can put it that way. I run Double Honest. You don't need it. Honestly, you don't need it at all. But there are times where you won't have anything, so you'll just be like, say, you'll be like normal summon this, and you have to sit on it, try to at least. But if you have an Honest, it makes it easier. Also, there'll be times where you summon, like, Altair. You'll summon, sorry about the glare. You'll summon Altair, and you won't have any other play, really. So, Honest helps. Next thing, you got 2 Stellarknight Skybridge. What can I say about this card? I love this card, but I hate it immensely. I don't like it because you can't summon anything else except Tellarknights for the rest of the turn. But it's so good though. Like, being able to get what you want is amazing. It's just, I don't think it's needed at 3. It is a quick play, which is nice. Using this on opponent's turn is terrible. God, it's so bad. It's so stupid when people do it. I love it. It's amazing. Like, this card sucks so bad when you use it on an opponent's turn, because it's frankly, I mainly use this for mistiming. So your paw, you summon it, you summon your Denab, and like then you end your turn, stuff like that. And then your opponent goes to the effect, pop it, or some random crap like that. You'll flip this and you'll just you'll send it. You'll summon something else and then you'll send it, which is nice. You can summon an Unk or something, but used for mistiming, frankly, in my opinion. Next thing, 2 Duality. You might think that's weird with the fact that with this deck you summon a lot, but at the same time, you establish your board of your Trevor, and I say your Trevor because that's frankly probably going to be the thing you make the most. You make your Trevor, you bounced everything, and then you're kind of set. You don't really need to do anything else, and your opening hands, you don't get what you want, you don't get the combo pieces you need. Duality can help a lot. You don't run 3 because then it becomes cloggy and it's really bad, but I think 2 is a perfect number. Next, Two Twin Twister. Everyone can see this card in almost any deck now. You run a lot of spells. Well, not spells. You run a lot of traps. Quite a decent amount of spells. And the monsters, you really don't care if they hit grave. Actually, you would rather have most of them in grave because you run basically 6 Call of the Homins. 2 Dark Hole. This is kind of a player preference thing. I'm a big fan of Dark Hole. I am. Same thing with Torrential. But Dark Hole's a good card. It really is. It's kind of underlooked in a lot of decks now, in my opinion. Because it's one of those things. It's like, for example, again, you establish your board with Trevor. So Trevor's now on board. You go ahead, use his effect, da-da-da-da-da. Well, when Trevor's sent to grave, you get another effect. You can summon other stuff. So if it's a different turn, your opponent sets up this big board, but they can't get over your Trevor, or they don't, because they don't want you to do that effect. Well, Dark Hole. Use Trevor. Get his effect. Now, onto your one-ofs. Of course, Rhoda, sadly. Sad to see it at 1, but it's been at 1 for so long, it doesn't really matter. Instant Fusion. Oh, I wonder what I'm going to run in the extra deck. And then final thing, 1-up start, because why not? Running a 39 card deck's good, right? Wink, wink. Now onto the traps. 3 Stellar Nova Alpha. This card is so broken. This card is so stupid. Negate and draw. It's dumb. Yeah, I have to send one of these to grave. I have to send one of these. I don't care. You want them in grave. So you get to set your grave, negate something, and draw. That's so stupid. You run 3. If you don't, you're dumb. I'm sorry. Next thing, triple call. And while I'm talking about this, triple Oasis, 3 more call. If you don't play Call of the Haunted in this deck, you're not playing it right. These, honestly, you don't really need, but Call of the Haunted is such a good card in this deck, why not run 3 more? That's my saying on that. But Call is just dumb because all of the Satellarknights, it's difficult to say actually. All of these guys get their effects when they're normal or special. Doesn't matter. So Call of the Haunted, go ahead. They still, you loot for days. Next thing, Triple Fiendish. Triple Fiendish, main reason why, because Trevor, bounce them, get to reuse them. That's always fun. Now for the final 3, it's just some one-ofs. 1 Compulse, because it can get over some problematic stuff that can't be destroyed, yada yada yada. Torrential, again, it's a it's a Dark Hole used on opponent's turn, and then frankly, your 1 Solemn Warning. This was kind of just put in there to be put in there. Don't really have a use for it. If you have a Rafflesia, I would suggest running the Bottomless, because it is worth it. But I don't have one right now, so I really can't use one. Alright, now onto the extra deck. Extra deck for starters, 1-2 Trevor. You don't really need the 3rd. It's not really useful at 3. I mean, yeah, there are times that you might want to make 3. Ooh, the camera just shook there. Sorry about that. There's times you might want to make 3 in some duels, but 2 is 90% of the time. 2 is enough. Go ahead, another Stellar. Deltoros. I love this card, but he's so much better, so I don't think you need to run 2. If you want to run 2, by all means, go ahead. He's really good, don't get me wrong. Effect, like popping stuff, is nice. Just detach and pop anything, that's good, but I don't think he's needed at 2. Now, yes, his effect of when you summon, they can't activate anything, that's dumb. But normally, when you make him, that's going to be the end of your the extent of your plays. Ugh, getting choked up on my words. But normally, when you summon him, when you make your rank 3, well, your rank 3, your overlay, your rank 4 with 3 materials, that's normally the end of your play. So he's not really needed at that point. Now on to the next one. 1 diamond, it's kind of just there to top off your useless Trevors or your useless Deltaros. There we go. The final three of one Ouroboros. This card's still useful in my opinion. It's actually it can be really good. For starters, it is another compulse. You can also you banish stuff from grave, which your opponent's grave, which can be really useful as well. Get rid of the problematic cards, and then just the bottom line, discarding from hands, kind of nice. Now onto the normal ones that take two. Dark Rebellion Exe. I don't even know if you can see it because of the glare. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I know. I have like the really crappy version. I really don't like it, but he's a good card. He really is. I'm not a big fan of him. I very rarely go into him, but he's useful at times. The Antiluminescent Knight. I'm not going to say his first name. Have no clue. Do not know how to at all. He's useful as well. Have a common, which is poop. But he's useful. Mistargeting, well, changing targets is cool. Blade armor, what you figured that. They're all warriors. 101, because he's always nice. And to go ahead along with the 101, one Castell. These two are always normally paired together. One Starlace Paladynamo. They're all lights, and this card is very good if opponent has something big on board that can't be touched. Or your opponent has, like, say, Flare Metal. Can't destroy it. Negate its effect. There you go. Negate its effect. Make it the 0 as well. I think it, yeah. And make it a 0. Which is also cool. So basically, you're getting over that opponent's Beals, or just that Beals are just a random thing. But just basically, the problematic card that you can't touch, you're now getting over it, and you're swinging 2K, which is nice. Bujanti, I have no clue how to say his last name. This is simply just used for draw power. Detach material, discard your entire hand, minimum 1, and then draw 2. So, and you can, quite frankly, you can end up setting all of your hand. So set all your spells, set all your traps, and set the spells you don't need or that you want to save. And you have, like, say, like one trap or one monster. You have like a Deneb in your hand that you don't want in your hand. Just detach and then draw. Send it to grave and draw. Your Abyss Roller, it's one of those things. He's useful at times. Against the right deck, he can be silly. And then Cowboy is the last one. Cowboy is one of my most favorite rank 4s, in all honesty, just because burning for game with 800 is amazing. I love to do it. And his attack position effect isn't that bad. It's not the one you normally go for. You go for the defense because burn for 8. Now for the last one Norden. That's your instant fusion target. You kind of saw that coming, right? Now there are some things I would change. For starters, like I said, I would run a Rafflesia if you had one. I would also run a Utopia and a Lightning if you had that, because God, he's stupid. He's really dumb. I'm not running an Excalibur because I don't think he's needed, because it's, to get over your 4K, like, okay, your opponent doesn't have something strong you can't get over. That's what that's for. That. You have a bunch of outs to different things. The glare, sorry. You have a bunch of out to different things, so I don't think Excalibur's worth it, just the bottom line. But I'm trying to think if that's it. Rafflesia, bottomless. I think that's about it. Just well, there's this. If you want to take out the dark holes, I'd suggest you could run one more of this, but I used to run this at 3. I didn't like it, but it's frankly just player preference. Just build the deck how you want. This is just a rough idea. This is the way I built it. I built it and I liked it. But anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. See you later.